UYG is a community interest company, a social enterprise that helps individuals to release themselves from stagnation to a condition of supreme well-being and good spirits, happiness and abundance. UYG's vision is to support individuals to overcome challenges in life and assist in their self-reflection journey. We strive to see people...
It was the trailer last bit. I'm gonna put the intro now.
Welcome to the UYG Show! Yes. What is it then that gets somebody to that state? Is it things they experience in life?
Because they want that person to feel that, they're not good enough, they cannot be like that.
No bills will be paid.
Correct.
And the stress will accumulate.
Correct. All of those things.
Help you take that pressure and turn it into diamonds. So see you next time on the UYG Show. Hello, and welcome to the UYG Show. This is Series 3 and we're on episode number 6. Can you believe it? We're halfway there. It has been a phenomenal series so far. Our theme for series number 3 is mental health and success. So if you are just tuning in for the very first time, then welcome. If you've watched the other episodes, welcome back. If you haven't already, please subscribe so that you could be notified every time we have a brand new video. And of course, connect with us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at UYG Social Enterprise. Whew, I'm so excited for another episode. Again, I'm so excited I forgot to introduce myself. If you're watching me for the first time, great to meet you. My name is Gladness Katega. I am the founder and executive director for Unleash Yourself with Gladness, CIC. We are based in Maidstone, Kent. So be sure to check out our website, which is www.unleashyourselfwithgladnesscic.com. So we have been having a great time discussing mental health. We've looked at leadership. We've looked at mental health in young people. We've looked at mental health disorder. We've looked at mental health in women. And last week, we started an episode called Mental Wellness and Success, Part 1. So this week, episode 6, we're going to look at Part 2. And we're going to be joined again by the amazing speaker. Is Jerry Yanquoi. He's one of our non-exec directors, but as mental health specialist. So I am so excited. But of course, like I said before I bring him on, please be sure to subscribe and join us. It's very important that you do because you want to catch up with all the episodes. So after this, if you missed, episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, be sure to go back, because for you to gain full information, full insight, and really get support that you need and learn about this subject, you're not going to get it in just one episode. So be sure to do that. But today we're going to be discussing the challenges. So what are some of the challenges that people face in maintaining mental health and mental wellness? And then we're also going to dive in looking at some of how to break those barriers and how to overcome those challenges. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring on our guest today. Jerry Yanquoi, are you there?
I am here. I'm glad to be back on the show, the UYG Show. Thank you, Gladness.
Welcome. It's great to have you. I mean, last time I know you had so much more still to share, so we had to bring you back. Because we know that you still got so much wisdom to share with us. And this topic, I mean, I know it's, we were talking before we went on air that it's very difficult to kind of give everything that you can, but we just have to do our best. We have to do our best, but it is a 10 episode series. So hopefully we will give enough and it will be sufficient. So today we're going to be talking about Mental Wellness and Success Part 2. Are you ready?
I am ever ready.
Fantastic. Great. So, I mean, where do we start with this subject of challenges? I mean, what are some of the challenges that people face? But maybe you could just give us a little recap on what is mental wellness? What is mental wellness? And then just diving into some of the challenges that people face. And if you're able to share with us some, particulars about our community here in Maidstone, that would be great. So welcome, Jerry.
Okay. I think what we saw the last series, Gladness, we talk about mental wellness, and we look at mental wellness as our internal resource that help us think, feel, connect, and function. And we ask a very strange question. For if you were faced with a lion, how will you respond? Will you freeze, run, or will you face that lion in the face? And we said, be mindful how you answer that question, because lions are dangerous. And we also talk about what if the lion represented illnesses, relationship issues? How will you deal with that? So mental wellness is having the ability to be able to deal with things regardless of what they are.
Wow, that's so profound. That is so profound. How would you deal with a lion? How would you deal with danger? It's the same way which one should consider how they're handling their day-to-day emotional well-being. Is that right?
Oh yeah, exactly. And maybe some will say run as fast as you can from that. But I would say if you're running from that line, just make sure you don't end up into a sea. How are you running or where you're running? So you got to be strategic in how understand where you're running to. But yeah, just a quick. We look at success briefly, and we say success is achieving personal goals and vision. You see, in life we all have dreams and aspirations, and our level of mental wellness can determine whether we achieve those dreams and aspirations. If you are not achieving them, then I think it's about time to kind of evaluate where you are in your mental state or your mental well-being.
Wow.
And
That's a food for thought, honestly.
yeah.
Wow. So what are some of the challenges then, would you say, Jerry? What are some of the challenges that people face in today's world in trying to maintain mental health, mental wellness? What are some of those challenges that we have seen in our work?
I think some of the challenges, I think we've named some mental health problems. You see, when we say mental wellness is about how we think, how we feel, how we connect, how we function. Mental health problem impact on those dimensions. Mental health impact on the way that we think. Mental health issues, illness impact on how we feel, feeling sad, emotional. If you face a lion, will you be standing before that lion crying and facing, sad? Well, it's gonna eat you up, So yeah, it's so mental illness is one of the challenges we face. Relationship problems are one of the challenges we face. Unfortunately, we live in a world where relationship is key to our success. And unfortunately, we have difficulties in relationship that is part of life. But how do we confront them? How do we face them? Unfortunately, I think research show that a lot of mental health problem comes from relationship difficulties, but also employment. Employment is one of the issues. A lot of people are becoming unemployed. When you are unable to gather resources you need to be able to live, it impacts on your level of on your mental well-being. It impacts on your ability to become successful. Because you don't have the resources to put you in a position to acquire success.
Wow. Honestly, this is so profound. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, before we dive too deep, we're going to take a quick short break. We'll come back and look at a few more challenges before then addressing how a person can overcome these challenges and barriers to ensure that they maintain their mental health. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Hello, it's Gladness here, your purpose and passion coach. I'm also an author, an international speaker, and a business consultant. So I want to talk to you briefly about something. Now, I know most of you, or few of you that have followed me, you would have heard of my story of how I went from broken to brilliant. You see, for a whole decade, I was in an abusive relationship. I was broken. I was hurt. I was tired, fed up. Now, you might be watching this and you have been in this position, this predicament of uncertainty, lack of clarity, fed up with life. Well, guess what happened to me a few years ago? Just when I was looking to leave this relationship and begin a new journey, my daughter passed away. My beloved Amore, my very first child, went to heaven. May she continue to rest in peace. But this traumatic event for me was the beginning of my transformational journey. I made a decision to leave that toxic relationship, restart my life through a self-discovery journey. I reinvented myself. I realized my worth, my value, and discovered who I was as a queen. Now, I want to help you do the same. If you have been in this position of lack of identity, I can help you rediscover who you are and unleash the greatest version of yourself. Now, don't just take my word for it. Scroll down and see some of my testimonies of women that I have worked with. Women like Yana, who was a stay-at-home wife and a mother, but unhappy and unfulfilled. But she discovered her dream career, started her business through her passion. And I helped her go from purposefulness to a purposeful business. And I can help you do the same. So join the Queen Unleashed membership. For 10 months, I will hold your hand, help you become accountable to make the changes in your life so that you can fulfill your dreams, get your financial goals, reinvent yourself, and you can live the best life that God has ordained for you. I look forward to supporting you in the Queen Unleashed membership. So click the link below and join right now. Hello and welcome back to the UYG show. I've got a special guest today with us, Mr. Jerry Yanquoi. He's a mental health specialist, and we've been discussing the subject of mental wellness and success. This is a part 2 from last week's episode. We're just diving deeper now, looking into some of the challenges that people face in today's world to maintain mental health. Now, Jerry has given us some great insight, such as things like relationships can affect your mental health, job security, as well as, daily stresses of life. Did you have any more challenges to share with us before we look at how to overcome these barriers, Jerry?
More challenges. I think there are lots more. So I would say challenges. The way we define challenges is anything that threatens the way you feel, the way you think, the way you connect, and the way you function. Think about anything. It can be having children in the home. Those are challenges, and we know it does impact on mental well-being. It could be, having children and not having the right resources to be able to bring them up. So single parents, a lot of things. So anything that challenges the way that you think, the way you feel, the way you connect, the way you function, will have an impact on your mental well-being.
Wow. From your expertise, from your experience working in this field, how can one overcome these barriers and these challenges so that they can be able to have some sort of maintenance on their mental wellness? What are some of the guidance that you could give?
Yeah, so it's not, I would say it's a quick fix. I think like your program or the program suggests you sometimes we need personal development to be able to adapt and develop the right skill set to be able to become robust, you know, to be able to function regardless of what we face, to be able to achieve the things that we desire, no matter whether we see a lion or a tiger or you know whatever scared us, to be able to achieve those things that we desire hands on. Um, some of the practices I would say is I think the first thing is taking action. You know, whenever there is a problem, take action to resolve it. You know, I think if you are unemployed, take action. You know, um, maybe find a way to seek employment. If you are ill, physically, mentally ill, maybe seek support. Perhaps come through the UYG organization to see how you can gather some level of support. You know, and yeah, and if you having relationship difficulties, come through people who perhaps can serve as role model to offer you the support that you will need. You know, but I think that the most important advice that I can give anyone is self-discipline. The reason sometimes that we are unable to achieve the things that we desire, the reason sometimes we break down in in the middle of obstacle and challenges is because we lack self-discipline. The discipline about how you know the way you feel. You know, for example, if you are in a relationship, um, a difficult relationship, rather than feeling low about yourself, discipline yourself to feel to feel happy. You know, discipline yourself to feel good. You know, if you were having financial difficulties, discipline yourself to be able to seek for jobs rather than sitting in and waiting for one to come over to you. So self-discipline is, regardless of whatever we face, we try to do the things that are needed to do to
Wow, that
get
is very, yeah, I mean, that's very true. So ultimately, you're saying do not isolate yourself when you are feeling unwell or you are feeling overwhelmed, is really to take action, try and do something to resolve the issue, communicate with somebody, get professional support. You know, you can contact ourselves at UIG Social Enterprise. We do have counselors who can support you with any problems that you may have, because actually not only do we deal with mental health, but we also deal with personal development, we do with business development. So if it's career, whatever the issue is, at UIG Social Enterprise, we are bound to be able to help you. So do get in touch. But sometimes also, I think, Jerry, it would be just to connect with your community, maybe your relatives, or speak to somebody. Would you say that it's important to ultimately, initially just speak out?
exactly. So what I say is connection. So yeah, research show that if to become successful, we need to connect with people around us. They can be our family, our friends. They can be community leaders, you know, or even common people within a community. You know, connect with people around you, and it would help you to achieve the things that you are struggling with. You know,
Wow.
yeah. So
Well, I'm sure we
connection,
can talk about
connection.
this all day, Jerry, but we are coming towards the end of the show. Do you have a last guidance or a last practical step to overcoming these barriers or challenges that people are facing out there with maintaining their mental wellness?
I think my last guidance is self-belief. Always believe in yourself. Believe you can achieve whatever you aim to achieve, because then that will set you up for the right level of mental or of mental state that you will need to achieve things. So believe in yourself. Believe you can do it, and you will achieve it.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been an absolute pleasure. And we will always look forward to reach out to you for future shows, future episodes. But for now, thank you so much, Jerry, and God bless.
Thank you too. Thank you, Gladness.
Bye. Great. Whew. That was so insightful, honestly. I mean, this subject is so wide. We could talk about this for forever, which is why we said we'll have to come back with different episodes and just try and look at this subject of mental health and success from different perspectives. So we've come to the end of the show today, but as we had, one of the tools or one of the strategies that you could implement to overcome the stresses of life, to work on your mental health and mental wellness, is personal development. So next week, be sure to come back, because actually we will be looking at personal development and mental wellness, and it will be again a 2-part segment. So make sure you tune in next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. GMT London time, right here on UYG International YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you will get notifications so that you don't miss the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for connecting with us. We look forward to having you again next week. Bye for now, and God bless. Welcome to the UYG Show. What is it then that gets somebody to that state? Is it things they experience in life?
Because they want that person to feel that, they're not good enough, they cannot be like that.
No bills will be paid.
The stress will
accumulate.
Correct. All of those things
help you take that pressure and turn it into diamonds. So see you next time on the UYG Show.